we have won another die roll. That's always helpful. This thins out really fast. I'm going to keep this. This is not a great hand, but I'm going to be out of lands that... well, I'm going to be out of snow basics pretty quickly. I'm going to lead on a Tron piece, and then we'll get a island, and then a plains. So let's do this. And then we have a turn 2 Dispel. Okay. Not gonna lie, this is a pretty good hand against burn. All things considered. Go ahead and get this out. Drawing a second plant is not what we were looking for, but we did keep a pretty sketchy hand to begin with, so did our opponent keep a one-lander? They sure did. Alright, there's a lot of cards I can draw that are very good. That is not the worst draw. However, if I draw a third land in a row, I'm going to be pretty dead. But generally, you will die if you have 10 lands and 2 spells, so. It's not the usual mix, let's put it that way. I cannot dispel that. I don't think I would anyway. We're looking for filter artifacts or creatures. That's not the worst. Now we can go Dignitary. If our opponent hits land Thermo Alchemist, we're dead, but, I mean, we're going to die to that anyway, right? If they don't, I get to go Island, go. And now we can Dispel plus Flicker, if that matters. And we've disguised the Tron, so hopefully we can... do I Flicker just to save 2 life? I don't think I do. That was the card they drew for the turn. Clearly, they would have just played a... no, I guess... Maybe they drew it last turn. That was a very good draw. Now we get to go Trinket Mage for Astrolabe. Play Astrolabe. Draw into Pulse. Draw into Stonehorn. Not what we're looking for. I can Flicker, Trinket Mage, and Astrolabe. Clicking on Astrolabe because I want to get the other Astrolabe out of my deck first in case I draw Pulse. I fail to. But we can do this, and we can pass. We drew pretty horrendously, but the horror will be very useful soon. We get to block. Losing the Trinket Mage is not that big a deal. We get the horror their mountain. We do counter basically any instant. Okay. That wins the game. Because we could go Pulse. Pulse back the Trinket Mage. I'm actually just going to play Stonehorn rather than playing Trinket Mage and Astrolabe. Alright. They're running out of sorceries, which is pretty good. Continental. Actually seal the deal, that's pretty good. That is pretty good. Go ahead and Trinket Mage for an Astrolabe, and then Astrolabe. Go ahead and Prism, and then we'll hold up Flashback Teachings for... Oh, never mind. No, I guess we still will hold up Flashback Teachings for Ephemerate. I guess we'll do this, because if they just go Lava Runner, which they can't have in hand, that means they didn't draw a land. This is kind of... Wait a second. No. There's no reason to accelerate my clock by copying this, so... Well... I'm actually just going to let this happen and not copy. Because I do want to get back... Or get an Ephemerate with my teachings. Or get a teachings with my teachings. If I get ephemerate, I can't really lose anymore, so we'll just get ephemerate. And we just wall back the pulse, and we pulse back the Ash Barons. And we get back the Flicker. I guess I'll get the last island out. And then hold up Flicker plus Dispel. When it plays a Lava Runner, I can Flicker to untap. Oh, never mind. Just gonna trade. Seems alright. We got there. Got game 1 against Burn. Not bad. Not bad. Our opponent did keep a sketchy one, so. Well, this is where we're going to sideboard. I have thought about trimming one of these blue blasts for a Serene Heart to have a silver bullet against the Boggles deck. If we do that, we'd be keeping in a Moment's Peace on the play just to stop Lava Runner damage and maybe Keldon Marauder damage if they're playing that. And then on the draw, we'll have a Dinroba Horror. Or maybe the other way around. Peace on the draw and Horror on the play. Horror is not horrible, which, well, it's horrible for the opponent, but against Burn, like with a hand like that, where my opponent just has one land, yeah, they have a million spells in hand, they can just discard on those if we target the land. But if they have a normal draw of like 3 to 4 mountains, like maybe a Curse and a Thermal Alchemist, I can use Blue Blast to start fighting through their early repeated damage sources, and then later I can play a Horror and eat another one. This hand is keepable. It's not perfect, but against a mulligan, we have a land in the top 3 cards. We are perfectly happy with this hand. It would be very good if I had a Hydroblast, but if I'm not drawing lands, well, hopefully I'm drawing Hydroblasts. Or just 3 Muldrifters in a row. That would be impressive. If they have turn 2 Thermal Alchemist, we're in trouble. Turn 2 cards I can beat. If I draw a land. Okay. I'm just going to pass with Condescend, Prohibit up. Condescend, Molten Rain, Prohibit something else. I'm just going to Condescend that for sure. Okay. Looking for lands and Hydroblasts. The first Hydroblast is very, very important, so I'm going to keep that. And then playing a map, and then pass. If they Molten Rain one of my basics, I got to Hydroblast it, which kind of a bummer, but if they Shattering whatever, I don't have to do anything, so. Opponent has 2 cards in hand? Alright, I'll go this. If they sandbagged a Smash of Smithereens, then they are a way better player than I am. Alright, we just drew a land. That helps tremendously. We're going to evoke Muldrifter rather than Compulsive, because we want to be able to put a creature in the yard, and we don't have a land to discard to the Compulsive anyway, and we don't really want to discard a land to the Compulsive anyway. We kind of blanked here. But, you know, what can our opponent really have, right? They can have Fire Blast and draw a Bolt and then they die, but that Lone Missionary would have been a good draw. So maybe I should have played a Astrolabe rather than the Muldrifter, but now we have a blocker. Our opponent can go land. What? You have to swing a Firebrand Archer, right? And then just use whatever burn spell you have. Because this is a force block. I can't take the damage. I can't put myself just dead to Fire Blast, right? And then they use Fire Blast anyway, putting me to 2. Yeah. But the Ephemerate's gone. You know, I think I can survive. Oh, Now I get to block the Lava Runner and then eventually get back Wall, getting back Hydro Blast. I'm going to actually Astrolabe rather than hold up Prohibit Dispel. If my opponent had a Fire Blast, they would have used... Oh, that was a good draw. So my opponent's sandbagging a Mountain or a Searing Blaze. That's the only things they could be sandbagging. If they're thinking about their plays in a logical manner, which is not a guarantee. They would have just cast that last turn, right? Rather than playing a Lava Runner. Unless they just made a mistake. Either way, I'm just gonna, if I'm right, and this game should be over pretty soon. Yeah. It was indeed over pretty soon. We'd have gained 2, because I would not have blocked. And then gained 4 up to 17. And then we would have drawn a second drawn piece, which let's get third drawn piece here. So we would have researched this turn. Oh, there's Tron. Cool. Whew. 5-0. Feels really good. Feels really good. Alberto was our previous opponent, and they won. That helps our tiebreakers a little bit. That means we are we're in the middle of the pack of the 5-0s. Oops. I don't know how the tiebreaker's breaking out. If we just win another round, though, we are in the top 8 for sure. And if we win the next round, that means we can concede round 7 and take a bath or whatever we want to do with our time. And that lets us relax before the top 8. But if we lose the next 2, we still have a chance to tie break in. But I'd really rather win instead. So, see if we can do it.